welcome back to our final match of the day here at the Bunnings 2020 New Zealand Secondary School Touch Championships. We have just had a nail-biter of a match in our girls' final. Hamilton getting one up in that overtime drop-off over Westlake Girls. An amazing performance, and we now have our boys' final. Rotorua Boys High going up against King's College. This is for the gold medal, and what a match we have planned out for you today. This is our last of our coverage. My name's Kimo Holtham. Sitting with me in the commentator's booth, I have Grant Robinson. This is it. This is the men's final. Any predictions?
Fast, high school level, great execution. Heaps of intensity in this one. It's just building and building and building. That last game was unbelievable. Had to go and just relax a little bit, take a few deep breaths and try and find some words because I was running out of them from that one. But look what I've seen from these two teams. Kings High have come through really strong from down in Dunedin, down in the south. So they're a well-structured team from what I've been seeing. Some nice little plays. Be great to see them now on the big stage right here. And as we know, Rotorua boys, they come to play every single game.
Yeah, and just looking down at these team lists, we have a lot of very, very strong players. This is the Kings High game. We have Rotorua Boys High here. Some of the players I've been told to look out for. It goes in their 7-8-9 combo. Tome Pōna, Gregan Maui, Mitchell Clark. They have been leading this team. That's according to Morris Stone, their coach. But sitting with us, we also have some expert knowledge coming from the one and only George Albert Yonke. How are you feeling about this final?
Oh, as always, looking forward to this. As Hikapeni would say, the Ferrari events of the tournament. Speed, skills, long balls, quick dives. We're going to have everything on show today. We're going to have a new title holder for the Korutanga Trophy, which is the new cup title, which is the Champion of Champions of 2020.
Yes, and here we have Kings High. They'll start with ball in hand. Rotorua Boys High clear on defence. They're typically very strong policies, so no doubt they'll be nice and tight within these mids. Oh, but Kings High get early ball out to the outsides and are able to dot down first. Some beautiful work by our Southland team.
Yeah, great work there by Kings High. Nice structure. I thought they got a little caught up there, but second phase, nice play by Pledger. Gets the ball down, releases through, and the winger scores. I'm impressed. I've been seeing Pledger number 2. I'm expecting him to have another good game. He's been quite pinnacle for the Kings High team. But here we go. Rotorua boys will be looking to notch this one back. Get down, most importantly, down to that 7-metre line. Drawing that defensive line up. Quickie play on the open side. Numbers in here, maybe. No, running out of space. Good defensive structure by the Kings High School team. Yeah. What are we going to see here off the back end of this set, Kimo?
Well, Rotorua Boys High, you can see they're trying to spread something out here. They go for the 32. They're looking for the pick. They go short. Unable to convert into points, though. So they will want to be putting up a very good defensive line here. Hopefully shut them down. We have an early flyer. Can he make the touch? Yes, he can. In good position. They send up another one. Looking for the extras. Can't find the extras, but he does find the extra meters, though. So Kings High already at 3rd touch, and they're at halfway. They make some good yardage up on field. They have a scoop. We have someone through the hole. Ref's going to call play on, and he's going to give away the penalty. Both those middles were offside, so the speed from this Kings High team coming out with a bit of thunder.
Yeah, excellent work there. Just drawing defence offline. He actually got a bit of a play through call, but then he kind of half stopped, so the referee, great work there, gave him the play on. Oh, call through the comms from the referee, forward pass off the ruck. Thought they were going to nab that one, but that's outstanding work by our top referees who have been adjudged to run this one. George Haswell, Johnny Dusto, Tony Arnell. These guys have worked together many, many times, so we'll expect high level of work from these guys.
Yeah, and here we have Rotorua just hitting up that right channel close to their box. They'll be looking to bring on some good players. Here we have a nice yards. Good platform set for the scoop. They do get the pass away back to their link. They have space on the outside. They can't turn it into ball in hand though. So Kings doing very well defensively at the moment to hold out this boys high side. But not only that, they're not giving away any easy penalties or forcing any mistakes.
Very correct, Kimmel, very correct. And Dan Connie, the coach, will be loving this. It's a perfect start for him, for his perfect platform to take a title back down to the South Island for the Open Boys.
Yeah, we have Kings again hot on the attack, and they find the whole third time in a row they've been in scoring opportunity. And they turn it into points.
Ball down. Jay Davis gets his name onto the score sheet for Kings High as we see that all speed scoop through. Looked to me like those two middles got defensively just caught up with each other, perhaps went the wrong way. He went to go that way. He was actually the left middle, and that just caused the disruption and got them to get through and ball down. George Haswell says, give it to you Kings, let's go.
Yeah, and what I loved about that try as well is one of the new rules that have come into play. You have to have control of the ball as you're putting it down. You can't just slap the ball down anymore. And he changed the angle of the ball's trajectory just enough to show that he had control over that ball. But Boys High now, hot on the attack. This will be their last. They can't set a platform for a good scoop or a pick. They hit that chopper line though, who is coming in nice and hard. Just a short ball to that middle. Great awareness by Rotorua Boys High.
I blinked. I must have missed that. That chop line was awesome. Fifth and final. It's a bit of a killer. Look at that. Straight on that slow motion replay. And we get number 14, Tapania, slicing through, dot down.
What I liked about that play as well is it come off the back of static play. So they should not have been allowed to score that, but just the skill and the individual brilliance of that little twist and the nice pass has shut down that gap. 2 points to 1 now. Kings ahead of Rotorua Boys High. We have Kings now looking for a 33 peel. They're looking for that long. Instead, he picks the short. So some good defense put up by Boys High. They'll need to show more of that if they want to come out on top, being down by 1 at the moment. They look for another 32. He's got the pick. They've got numbers on the out. He throws the long, but can't make it out to his winger. Also, that Boys High winger was on to that ball as well, so very good defence.
Yeah, very good defence. Nice reads. Kings High are trying to work that passive line, but Rotorua Boys are standing in the right position to shut that down. 2 times, 2 different options. Rotorua Boys read it well.
Yeah, and that was just Caleb Clark there asking the question, what was wrong? There was a bobble in there. So Kings now again. And they're very quick and very, very good on attack. So this is not the position you want them to have ball in hand. Here they are, just coming down the right edge of this field. They bring it back to the middle, looking to stretch it out on this left side. Again, they go that way just to open up this Boys High defensive line.
Yeah, Pledger on the ball again. He'll be in the action all day. Release ball not touched or attempted to touch by the Rotorua Boys High defence, so gets the turnover. They'll look to strong yards. Kings High will look to push up hard here, I'm sure. Try and create a little bit of pressure before they get to the sub box. Rotorua doing well to get over this. They'll be over halfway, coming towards the back end of their set. Looking to get it into play in between the middles. Releases out. Nice, oh, cheeky little sweep play, get some options here. Great cover defense though by Kings High. The speed is working for them. Releases, nice structured set.
Yeah, nice good set of defense by Kings there. And I'm really loving the work of Jay Davis. He is a man on fire. His work rate has been exceptional. He's been rewarded with a touchdown, but just checking him out to stop that touchdown or that scoop through opportunity. Down the sideline channels, here's an opportunity. They're in the right part of the field. Very composed, Kings High. For a team that's never won a title here at the secondary schools, they're looking like they've been here many, many times. I'm loving this game.
Yeah, very, very composed by this Kings High side at the moment. They're not really rattled. I mean, they know Rotorua Boys High. They have been in this final many, many a times. I mean, for the past 15 years, it's been Rotorua Boys High against Hamilton Boys High. So Kings High here, just showing some good composure, unable to turn into points. But give away an easy penalty, like we've said many a times. Rules have changed. It has to be ball to hand, can't be ball to ground, and you can't be throwing the ball away.
That's right, and it also is promoted 10 metres ahead now from the place of where that was. So it just gives that extra set. Rotorua Boys in a good position on the halfway line now for their subbers to come in Good transition and pace here, getting right over, stretching the field, make it nice and open as we come in off the back end of this set. Rotorua will be looking and pretty keen to get another one on the board here. See what they've got in play, fifth and final. Look to go over, space there, winger just isn't able to get that ball down, as you hear from the crowd. Let off the hook there, Kings High School.
It was a beautifully set up play. He managed to just hold up his defender, gave a beautiful long ball. He did the hard work, but just couldn't get ball to ground as he was holding it. So Kings, like Grant said, let off the hook there, and here they are. Now hot on the attack. They've got a full set on. They're going to be hitting this middle channel. Scoop. He follows that way. Well defended by Rotorua Boys High though. So touch and pass there, but they do go coast to coast. Georgie.
Yeah, coast to coast. And in the final play, fifth and final, power scoop there. It was speed on speed, and it could have been anyone's game. Well defended by Rotorua Boys High.
As we see just Boys High, Rotorua Boys High, just getting caught up behind the line there. Good strong defence from both sides through this orange zone area, which just is keeping them a little further away from the goal line than what I think. Power scoop off the last, gets the player, play on, scoops through in the gap, gets some separation, does the link, number 9 from Rotorua Boys High. That's Mitchell Clark. That was one to watch out for. He got good separation from his link defender, as we see. Good scoop through, play on's called, gets in goal, releases out, nice room there for Clark. Gets the dot down. Rotorua Boys will be happy with that one.
Yes, they'll be very happy with that. As you can see, I feel like they're starting to find their rhythm. They do need to sort out some of their defensive policies though, as we have seen Kings get in behind that line just a few too many times for their coach Morris Stone's liking. But Kings here just trying to stack this right side. They do with the 33 Peel. Can't get in behind that defence though.
Yeah, that one looked like he was just testing that defence. I reckon they might run that one again. I think he might nab him on this one, but they just looking to draw that defence out. Rotorua Boys looking to promote a high link and a high middle, looking to put a striker back in the pocket just to help that defence and nullify that. So we'll see if they continue with that and if Kings can adapt to that one. As we see, a nice dummy pass creates extra yards as Rotorua Boys look to take off, getting in and around their sub box. Good transition, should set them up for a nice finish off here. Just bringing into the line. Kings not pushing up too hard, happy to roll back, give them a little bit of room. Nice check off. Oh, good double off on the defense. Fifth and final. Doesn't give them too many options here. As we see, ball down. Good, nice, calm defense by Kings High is what I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah, Kings High did really well there. I think it was Mackenzie that stopped that one because Gregan Maui, who set up the last try, was back for action. If he got a good dump on that one, I could guarantee there was going to be almost close to another try, if not another try. So well done to Mackenzie for stopping that hot on attack.
Yeah, with the score at 2-2, we have Rotorua Boys on defence now. Kings High, they set in the middle. They go for the quickie. He's found the hole too. Oh, but the player was just caught onside. I thought they were called off. I thought they were off by a country mile. The ref, though, he was right in spot to see it, so he knows what he's doing. They go short side, and very well touched there by the Rotorua Boys High side. Some good defence.
Yeah, like I called, the defence has been really good for Rotorua. May have started sloppy in the first couple of minutes, but man, they're nailing it right now. And I'm sure those Stone boys, the coaches with the Moses on the sideline, will be sending out the orders and making sure they tighten up that defence, and it's showing out there right now.
Yeah, that was great defence. Mitchell Clark, I think number 9 for Rotorua Boys, showing his skills on both sides. As we see, little dummy inside looking to connect. Who's there? Throws the overhead pass. Great touch, I think, by the number 5 Kings High, just diffuses that. And Kings are off and running. Look out, they're going. They're not waiting for anyone. They are off 2, right up by their sub box. Quick transition on. They'll look to capitalise off this and try and work through. Probably power this one through just to get one off the back end. Bringing through, slowing things down now. They'll look maybe to draw out that defence from Rotorua Boys. You can see the interplay. They're going to create some space. Trying to draw it in. 32 platform. Picks. Oh, play on call. Yeah, he was definitely offside. Looking to connect. Any options? Throws through there. referee. Nice, calmly, Tony Arnell says ball to ground. Great work by Rotorua boys to defuse that one.
Yeah, good work once again. And 8 times out of 10, when you get a situation like that, you're usually going to get a penalty for holding. But Rotorua did very well there to keep composed, stay man on, use a good mirror, and not resort to the holding.
Yeah, that was some very good mirror defence there. Just back to basics. They stuck close to their players, not giving that dummy half any opportunity to pass the ball. They've got the scoop here, though. He's got that line ball. Was it forward? I think so. Ref doesn't think so, though, so they're just going to have a play of the ball out on the 7 metre.
I tell you what, Kimball, it doesn't really matter what we think, eh? They're the main boys in the middle of the field. It's all about what they think today. But what I think right now is this game is so good that it's spread right across the field. There are stars out there, but you couldn't tell who they are because it's a mixed bag for everybody. Everyone's putting in the effort and putting up a good fight there.
And that's exactly what you want to be seeing, especially in finals. You want everyone to be stepping up.
Well,
Kings High have found a hole, though. They also found an open player, and that's how you get the lead back. Grant, talk us through what you just saw. You look a bit flabbergasted there for a bit.
Yeah, it looked like it ended up being almost 4 on about 2 in there. Just see Pledger coming on here. Nice drive. Look at that platform set for him, which gives him opportunity. Play on call, referee. We know that's been what they're playing to, and in the end, options galore for Pledger to pass off. He finds the right man, dots down, and Kings High sneak ahead as we head towards, man, it's nearly half time.
Yeah, if we get an update of the scorer, it was Tane Hand who got the touchdown there, which puts them up in the lead, 3-2. Rotorua back with attack.
Yeah, we have Rotorua here. They'll be setting this, trying to get a set up good platform for this final play. They scoop here, they go short side. Can he find an open player? He's found open space. Holding? No, ref doesn't think so. So Kings, very, very good defence on their line. With 4 seconds left, they should go into the second half with the lead. Can they dot one down before the hooter goes? This is the hooter. They'll just take the touch. I like the calm. I like how placid they are. Very composed, this Kings High side.
Yeah, triple C's in effect here for the Kings High. Very cool, calm and collected. They decided to take the touch. It just shows, yep, we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll take the 1 point lead, regather, go back to our number 1 coach, Dan Connie, get the messages and get ready to go back out there. We've got one more half, boys, he'll be saying, and he'll be giving the law down there. To be a fly on the wall, what do you reckon they'll be saying, boys?
Well, definitely if I was in the Kings High box, I'd just be telling them just keep doing what you're doing, you know. Our go forward is very good. We're finding those open gaps. We just have to keep composed and keep calm and collected. On the Rotorua boys high side, they need to fix up some of their defensive policies. On this line, they have people thinking that they're making touch from an onside position and then fully stopping. They're not following through and chasing, putting any pressure on this attack, on their defence. So boys high have a lot to sort out if they want to come out on top in the second half.
Yeah, what I put it down to, it's been some great defence, and when they come up short, maybe it's a little bit of fitness because it's nothing to do with speed, and they're counting themselves maybe a metre short to be onside, where those playthroughs are playing dividends for the Kings High, and it's not playing too well for Rotorua boys.
Don't get us wrong, it's still a tight match. I mean, I think there's only 1 point in it at the moment, so both teams still very much in this. We have some very good officials running our match so far. Why don't you talk us through them, Grunter? Who have we got on our field officiating?
Yeah, so these are the top 3 named referees from the tournament. So as we said early on in the matches, they are being the same as players. They're getting checked out all the way through. They've got their referee coaches and assessors checking them, and they have been nominated to be the top dogs here in the big match. George Haswell, residing now down in Canterbury at the moment. He is a bad plenty boy, but sits as our number 1 referee across New Zealand.
Of course he's from the Bay.
No, he's from Canterbury now. Johnny Dusto, been around right at the top of the game for a long time, and Tony Arnell as well. And look, these guys have just controlled this to allow it to be such a good free-flowing game, and that's what we want to see, that's what the spectators like to see, and that's what the players want to see, don't they?
Yeah, great job there, and you called it. Number one referee in New Zealand and getting close in the world, George Haswell. He did stop off in Wellington on his way to Christchurch, so we'll claim that one. It's been a great game here, guys, and looking at the build-up to this event, two great semi-finals. Palmy boys taking on Kings High. What a game, 10-8 to get here. So that took out a lot of sting from the Kings High. And then on the other field, we had Rotorua taking over very valiant Westlake boys. And it went to a drop-off extra time. And you know who won that one. And they're going off now, working from your screen left to right in the bright orange, the Rotorua boys.
And here they are. They start off the second half with ball in hand. They decide to come on this right side, stack that link channel. They have a backdoor player coming from that right. Nice chopper line in there by Rotorua boys. They get one back nice and easy. I can't remember, Georgie, what is that move called?
Oh, I missed it. You put me on the spots. Bunnings replay. Oh, let's have a look at it. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's got an interesting name for that. It starts with W, but that's all we'll say. But it's a good move when the winger just comes from the blind side. Winger stays out and he chops into that hole. Good work.
Yes, but here we have Kings High now hot on the attack. They'll be wanting to get one back. They did have the lead, no longer now. It's a minute into the second half. They have a peel play here. Nice little dive. Beautiful technique as well. He almost was able to get under, but Rotorua, two middles, did very well to communicate between each other who was where. So here they are again, looking for a 32 play. What channel's he going to pick? He picks the short, but it is the wrong option. Kings asking the question, was it touched by Rotorua Boys High player? It was, but it was not played at. So Rotorua Boys High with the play on their 7. No doubt they'll bring one mid, then they'll try shift it to their box, get some fresh legs on. Some great yards, but some very good defence as well put up by Kings High. Unfortunate, they did get a player called offside there, which gave Rotorua Boys High those extra couple metres. Here they are again, coming up the mid. Oh, he went for a scoop, but unable to get a clean pickup. So Kings High with a bit of a let off there. They'll come straight towards their box. It's hard work trying to defend and then back up with another few yards. So they'll do it really, really quick just to get these fresh players on. That's third touch, and they're already within good scooping territory. So that's the 4 there. No doubt they'll be setting up a good platform for a scoop here, whether it's a 33 or a 32. We'll see very soon.
Yeah. Angus, Cameron and Tyler Metua just working on that attack and not squared up. They did. I thought they were going to catch them there. They did good work in the initial lead up to that, but then didn't play the ball square. Gave the relief off to Rotorua Boys High, who are now looking to take on that advantage, get over the halfway line. Subs a transition on nice and quick, so they'll be looking to get a good platform off the back end of this one as Kings High try to push up and get that, bringing it in. Nice crossovers to a 32 platform. He's got right in behind. This looks good. What do we got? Short side. He's done the defender, got to link up. Have they manned on? I think the referee's just gonna have a little korero here.
I think he should get it. That was beautiful footwork shown by Tome Po'ona. Rotorua local, some beautiful work. He just scoops through, finds, catches his man. We'll see here, he comes through. Nice little set foundation there for that scooper. We find that scooper, Tome, beautiful work just to get one-on-one on his player and have a nice little step.
Tell you what, I'm going to give an Afi shout out to number 4 from Kings High, Angus Cameron, because he actually went over while the referee's discussion happened. We didn't see it on the camera, but I'm sure what I saw in his body language is he went over and said, I missed the touch, because he was running off. So that is awesome and outstanding from our players in this final.
And that's what we're all about in touch. It's all about that sportsmanship. Great work by that number 4 for Kings. But here we have Kings now hot in the attack, and they find a hole. Can they find an open player? I feel like they did there. The ref agrees with me. Kings High level it up, make it looking nice and easy. It's 4 apiece. Talk us through that try, G-Man.
Oh, coming off with it just on the back end of speed and putting the speedster Dylan Pledger once again. He's lethal from dummy half. He's been doing it all tournament. Wheels to burn, gets through, and it was good for the winger to get free. Touchdown.
Yeah, here you go. You just see him coming short first, just to try and square up his defender, and then with that off the mark pace. He just bursts into the try line. So Rotorua Boys High will be looking to get that advantage back now. They come, again, they hit this right edge. Will we see another crossover, another face ball maybe? By this link through the back door. No, we won't. They come open. Can he get in? I think he can. Beautiful work there. Again, Tome Po'ona showing us what he's got. Just amazing play, just the quickness of it all.
When you want big boys to step up in the final, this is the man that's come to the party. Puna answers the question twice now and putting them in control of this game with a scoreline of 5-4. Is that correct, guys? What a shift from the first half.
It's 5-4 Rotorua Boys High, 1 point up. They need a strong defence here, and with Kings High, they've got pace. Oh, they can't turn that into points, though. They'll be very happy with that, though. Just, what do you call it, Grant? Eyes up touch?
Eyes up touch, yep. Not what I say. I'm not one of those attacking players. I'm normally at the other end trying to stop those eyes up plays. But yeah, great to see from these, just confidence in these big games, looking for the passive out the back. Does he beat the link? Nice defence we're seeing there from Rotorua Boys. Managed to snuff that one out. Kings High looking to get one off the back end of this. Angus Cameron sitting there. Sets a good platform for the scoop. Goes straight through. Can he link up? He's looking for those players. I think we might get the okay, but what do we know? I'm going to wait and see. I'll sit on the fence once again. Having a discussion. George Haswell. Tony Arnell, they're happy. They agree. Ball down. Kings High. Hit back straight away.
Yeah, and that there was just, again, Kings, they have pace to burn almost every other player. Looks like they can run a 10-second 100 metres. And then just the skill of their outside players to shake off their defender, especially considering how strong and how good their mirror policies are for Rotorua Boys High. This is amazing work by Kings.
Yeah, good call there by the referee, picking up like a sevens play, going back to the short side and getting away from his defender and feeding into the gap. Talking about feeding into the gap, Rotorua just reply with a beautiful touchdown. Talk us through it, gentlemen.
Look, just the same play as what we saw in the last one, and what I've seen, because as I said, I'm not an attacker, but defensively, you see the link from that 33 Dingo play. He runs really early, and that's the first sign that they're going to run and give the dumper back the ball quick. Happen again. Like we said earlier on in the girls' game, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So they've got 2 for 2 from that one, Rotorua Boys. They're coming up trumps.
Great work, and I like the inside knowledge there. If you ever see someone flying early off that link position, you know where they're going to go. So try and shut it down as early as you possibly can. Rotorua Boys High, they manage to stifle that attack, but they do give away a 6 again call. So Kings here will have a full set on that 7 metre. It looks like they're attacking. That was Pleasure. Picking out that link, telling him come up, I got you. But again, great help there from that middle from Boys High. So very much a team effort on that defensive line. We have Kings High now. They have a backdoor sweeper play. Oh no, he will be cut. Like I said, this ground, it's very, very dry. And for those slide plays that we usually like to see, it's harder on this ground because of how good a quality it is. Yes, it is right there, just a bit of a bobble. Rotorua Boys High now driving that out of their half. Georgie, talk to us about what you're seeing.
Yeah, and if we go back to some of the basics, some of the fundamentals we're teaching in the game, when you're going for those slide ones, you want to do a jet boat approach so it doesn't grip and you can go through just like this gentleman with wheels. Nice dive. Is it a touch? The referees give the wave, give the all clear. Rotorua are on fire.
Yes, and they needed that just to stretch the gap out. And again, it's that same player, Tome Po'ona, who has been very, very good on attack for this side. He just scoops through, shows us his pace, and manages to get the ball off to his number 4, Josiah Graham, just to stretch the lead out to 2. Score now 7-5, 6 minutes to go. Kings, they won't be panicked though, because like I said, with 6 minutes left on the clock, still ample time. Need to be careful with these passes though. They managed to get one away there and just close that gap up, 7 points to 6. Georgie, talk us through that try.
Yeah, got away with a bit of something there. Bunnings repay, forward pass off the ruck, but good movement with a quick play back, running into holes. Great touchdown. Take your opportunities, making 7-6.
So Boys High now. They have ball in hand. They're coming from off the halfway. They drive one out to this link position. Looking to bring it back mid. Instead, they choose to come back into that 32 posse. Rotorua Boys High 7. Kings High 6. 1 point in it. For the last couple plays, the Rotorua Boys High have just been attacking that mid. I'm wondering whether they're just trying to draw those players in to open up those outside gaps. They look for the 32 now. He goes open side, checks it to that way link, and they get the ball. It was actually a middle, quite a bunched left side. Georgie, what did you see there?
Oh, they shifted everything to the right side there, and then they were chopping good lines. He had three people running good lines for him. Look at the soft hands. Very good. He could have flicked on, just moved those wiggly hips. He'd be good on the dance floor, and he's good on the scoreboard today, taking it to 8 touchdowns to 6.
I thought they were going to scoop and pick there. Instead, they took it old school, and it was just a nice little 32 long. With the players running some nice lines. Kings High, though, almost got in there, but some very good cover defense coming from that inside mid for Rotorua Boys High. They shut down that attacking option. Kings High now, they'll be looking to attack somewhere else. They go for the 32. Come back short side, and he finds a gap with a beautiful little step. Can he find an open player? He does, and the ref's going to give the try. It's back now to a 1 point lead to Rotorua Boys High, 8 points to 7.
That was awesome. Look at Pledger, gets through, big step, loses hat, says I better put that down. I'll come back and get that later because I've got to run through and get this pass off to Kings High. Gets the dot down, and that was awesome. Just stepping up once again. Pledger is really coming to the fore for Kings High as they try and stay connected to Rotorua Boys here.
Yeah, good call, Grant, there. When we're talking about all these players spreading the load throughout the team, the second half, the big players come to play. Puna and Fletcher, outstanding in the second half. See who's got the best in the last 3 minutes, because that's what it's all about. 8 points to 7. They got to get a good set of defense here, get the ball back in hand, and lock it up so we can have another drop-off.
I love me some drop-off, but they run a 32 play here. They go short side. Nice little chopper line. Who was expecting that play? Grant. Wow. That was just a nice little scoop up. Here, let's have a look. I need another look here. So they go for the 32. He scoops, comebacks short side, and just chops in on that hole. Beautiful work by Clark.
Yeah, it's almost like an old school ninja close or ninja in. You see Walters on the highlights reel where he does it in the sense of the back flick into the hole from the old school, but this one here wasn't so as flash as his one, but I'm sure they've watched that on video.
And we have Kings now. 2 down with 2.5 minutes to go. These are what we call championship minutes, and those are what we call championship points.
Yeah, surprising how when it gets tight, it just comes back right into those middles. They've done so much work to capture this nice little play. I thought he was going to dive too. Defense maybe thought that too, so they held there. Little check off, and Kings dot down to keep right in touch here. 2 minutes to go. We're 9-8.
I almost feel, I don't want to give anybody the commentator's curse, but if Rotorua Boys High can score here with under 2 minutes to go, it's looking quite promising for them. But again, Kings High can score from any position of the field. We've seen that throughout this game. They go outside to the winger, and they dot down. You can hear the crowd screaming. Lucky for Rotorua Boys High, it's a local tournament for them, so no doubt they have heaps of supporters here. And again, it just comes back to numbers. They position themselves very well in field. The winger unable to read that quick enough to get out to his wing. So Kings High, they'll be looking to attack pretty quick here. They need a quick reply. Boys High up by 2, Rotorua that is. Kings now, they have their main attacker and Pledger back on the field.
Yeah.
He's looking for a 33 peel, and he gets it. Checks off. Ooh, no, they are going to score the try. Exactly what Kings High needed.
Yeah, no, that was great play from Pledger. What we've seen most of the tournament, when he gets in there on that 33 dingo, he will normally release that big long ball, but he wound up and he just chopped that little short one, and come up with the goods. That is good vision from that young man, number 2, Pledger for Kings High.
Yeah, and Rotorua Boys High, 40 seconds left. They won't be looking to play too quick, but they will want to make their way upfield, though. They want to try and jam them down in that left-hand corner if they can.
Early sweep play, release back open, option there. Yeah, keep spreading the field, keep the space and keep the ball alive so that clock ticks down. Coming into the low end of this game, Boys High, they will look short side, step, feedback, they've got that again. That will wrap that one up, I think.
That should be enough to lock it up for Rotorua Boys High, and you have to give it up to Tome Po'ona again, just showing his skill. Lovely work, and that is Hura. Rotorua Boys High end up taking another title for them. They win the game 11-9 over Kings High. What a performance put in by this local team.
Yeah, absolutely top notch. That was another cracking game. 11-9 scoreline. Rotorua Boys, I think, really calm through that. They were just going through their processes every single time. Nice set plays, paid dividends in their attack plays. The big players came to play, but without the others there, it ain't going to happen. So right across the board, I was really impressed with that Rotorua Boys High School team who come up trumps here, but the South Islander in me says Kings High will only be better for that, coming through into that final. It's been a while, they haven't been able to get up there, and man, did they show out this tournament.
Yeah, they can be very proud of themselves, Kings High. I mean, what a performance they put in place. They were actually the team that tipped off Hamilton on day one, which kept Hamilton Boys High out of this finals as well. So great work by them. They did it the hard way, unable to get the job done in the end there. Rotorua Boys High just too strong in the hands of Clark and Po'ona. Also one of the other players in Mitchell as well, and Gregan. They did some amazing work to get Rotorua Boys High another championship here. Just some beautiful work put in by both of these teams. I mean, whether you're Rotorua, whether you're Kings High, you have to be proud of the performance being put in, Grant.
Oh, absolutely. And what you're seeing here, the best part of this right here, look at this, referees, players, all congratulating each other because they put on a spectacle. And that's what it's about for us in the touch circles, is creating that sort of experience where we can put something like this on the stage, and at the end of the day, everyone comes back, shakes hands, creates a nice connection here. Look at them all coming together. This is what it's all about for me, Kimo. Go hard on the pitch. Straight after that, Hooter blows. We're best of mates and we want to go on, because these ones, no doubt, you will see some of these play together into the provincial times against each other again, and then all going well. Hey, they might be into those New Zealand teams, because with that skill set of what we've seen out there today, that's a go.
Yeah, now I can see we have Georgie down on our field, and he has found some people for us to talk to. So Georgie, if you can, who have you got with you?
Oh, kia ora koutou. I am here. I've been waiting for years to talk to this guy on the main field. He's been doing a lot of work in the deep south there in Dunedin. Kings High, valiant effort throughout the years. He is here. He's put in a lot of work. First, I must ask, how are you feeling, Dan?
Yeah, look, I'm really proud of the boys for coming today. We weren't expected to make the final, so really proud of them to actually make the final. And we bit deflated at the moment, but that's all right. You know, we just take it on the chin, and yeah, we'll just work on it.
Nice, and it's been a long time coming. You've been this close to getting the finals. When I watch these boys, it's looked like they've been in it many, many times. They were very composed, but let's talk about the history for you at that school and what you've done to get here today.
Yeah, so we've probably been attending Nationals for about 15 years now, 15 plus, so, and it's been a real tough effort through the years. We've had to come from sort of finishing off the tournament around 20th, 18th, and we've slowly just worked our way up, developed the boys, they've developed each other, and a lot of the boys now are giving back to the school in terms of coaching. So yeah, we're slowly getting better.
Awesome, mate, and that was a valiant effort. I've used that word so many times today because it's been outstanding. It's put on a great show for the spectators, every game going down to one touchdown. There, we'll count that second one, but it was a beautiful spectacle. What do you got to say to your spectators and everyone back home?
Yeah, hey, firstly, thanks to all our supporters to come up here. away from hometown is a huge deal, given that it's Christmas now. This year's been particularly difficult with the COVID. Each one of these boys have to fork out about $1,200 per boy, so it's particularly tough on the families. We've got some families who've got siblings in there, so it means a huge deal, but there's certainly been a lot of sacrifices, a lot of support with some of our sponsors and parents sacrificing a lot for these boys. So yeah, they certainly deserve the kudos, and thank you, and we hope we can do better next time. Certainly we know what it feels like to be in an arena like this. We're normally on the other end watching down as spectators, but hey look, the best way to learn is actually get involved and see how it goes next time.
Nice work, mate. You've done a great job coaching. It was good to see the skill set out there, but I'm going to let you go and join the boys. Keep their heads high. Tell them they did a good job for the country, for the game, and for their people.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, making our way over here to the locals, the Tūranga Waiwai. A couple of boys here. We've got Greg and Maui. Look, he looks like Maui in those legendary books here. And we've got a stalwart of the game, a New Zealand representative from the old school. He's been coaching for a while. His kids are in the game, representing New Zealand. So knowledge is there, flair and muscles are here. Tell us about it. How did it feel out there, my mate?
Wow, it was unreal. It took me, been in the finals for like 3 years now. Finally got a gold. Feels good. It's unreal.
Nice. And is this the last year for you?
Yeah. I'm year 13 this year.
Nice. And is it a good way to roll out?
Yeah, best way to roll out, yeah.
And will you leave that number? You've obviously left that number in a good position, so you'll be mentoring the next ones to come along. You'll be staying close to it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm always going to be a Rotorua boy.
Awesome. I'm going to go over here, jump onto this side. It's a good opportunity to talk this man, one of the legends of the game, one of the legends of the area. He's been putting in a lot of work with his sons into this school. How does it feel today? And talk about the history for you guys as Rotorua boys.
Well, yeah, it's been a fair while, a number of years. So many years, I guess I can't even remember how many years we've been taking the team. But you know, don't get me wrong, this win is as fantastic as any other win. You know, like we've won a few titles in our time, but I tell you, it never gets any. You know, the emotion right now is still pretty high. I can assure you of that. Yeah.
Nice. And what I liked out there, everyone was composed, and it was a really good team effort. The first couple of minutes were a bit shady on defence, but I don't know what you said to the boys because they really picked it up, and defence was the winner on the day for you guys out there. But in the second half, there was a guy by the name of Puna. Is that right? Is that how you say it?
Tumi Puna, yeah, Tumi Puna. Well, both Tumi and Gregan that you just spoke to, they've been real stalwarts of our team. Tumi we've had in our team since he was a year 9, and you know, I'm just really wrapped for that young man that he's been able to walk away. Oh no, he's got another year next year.
Oh wait, there's more.
Wait, yeah, sorry, he's got another year next year, and so for Tumi though. He's worked so hard. I think he's worked himself into the ground. You know, that's the sort of dedication he's put in there too. I've seen him tiring towards the end there, but you know, he's got a big heart and he kept going for us and for what the jersey means to him. So you know, I just can't pay enough tributes to him at the moment. Yeah.
Nice. And I think we need to pay a tribute to you guys and your whānau, what you've done for that school, and I'm sure you could tell those stories and those boys would have felt it because you've experienced it, you've talked about it, and they've been here many of times. It's been a couple of years since you won a title, but over 15 years you've been in those grand finals many times. I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I'm going to let you go and celebrate because you said it's a good feeling every time, so you go and celebrate with the boys.
Just before we go, George, I'd just like to also throw a shout out there to Hamilton boys. I know that they're probably feeling it, and it's the first time they haven't made the finals for a while, and I know if they had been here with their full complement that they would certainly have probably been in the finals. So I know they'll be feeling really disappointed. You know, we've had a good association with them for a number of years, and so I just send you know, my aroha out to their team and their school, and you know, just feeling a little bit aroha for them in this time. I know they would have really have loved to have been in this final again as well.
Oh, good work, Mr. Stone. Good work, Mr. Stone. And that's a good mihi out to the boys of Hamilton boys. But on that note, today is their day, so I will let you go and celebrate. Come over here. You finish us off with a touch. What a game. 3, 2, 1.
Touch. What a game.
There it is, folks. We're out. Hei ko nei rā.
And there we have it from our man George Albert Yonke out on the field. E tika ana ki te kumihi atu ki a koe te pāpara Morris Stone and the Stone family, not only doing a lot for Rotorua Boys High Raukura, but for All Bear Plenty Touch as well. Have to give a huge shout out to all our finals today. Howick, getting up over Mahurangi College, Hamilton Girls getting up over Westlake, and Rotorua Boys getting up over this King High side to take their respective championships. I also have to give another shout out to all commentators we've had over the weekend. Mere Nock, George Albert Yonke, and you as well, Grant. I appreciate you coming all the way up from down south to help us out today, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, kia ora Kimo, and thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure for me too. It's been great to see this spectacle, and I can't wait to see for many, many more of these.
Yeah, and like Georgie was, I got to give a huge shout out to all South Island teams. I mean, it would have been a huge hand in the pocket to be able to get them here. You can see this Kings High side getting their silver medals here for all the dedication and everything they put in. And in saying that, we are talking about money, so I've got to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors that we've had on board: Bunnings Warehouse, Indomie New Zealand, One Foundation, and SAS Sport. Without their funding, without their help, all of these sorts of events would not be able to pull on. And also a big, huge shout out to Touch New Zealand. Like Georgie said, without you guys, none of these tournaments would happen. So let's finish them off, Grant. Touch.
What a game.
Here we go.